When I was a child, my parents brought me to church. I joined the choir and sang my heart out, and I learned to serve. Especially from my mother. She's the kind of person who doesn't know how to refuse a request. She was always serving. That was her way. That's how she shared Jesus with people. Eventually, I went to college in Bacolod City. My parents couldn't afford school for all the children, so I worked and studied at the same time. But they still supported me best as they could. In 2013, Typhoon Yolanda hit. It swept through the Philippines. It tore through millions of homes, including our family home in Tacloban. My mother died in that storm. My father passed on a month later from heartbreak. At funerals, I never cried. As Adventists, we always remind ourselves that death is asleep and that in God's hands, they have hope that we'll see each other again soon when Jesus comes. But with my parents, I miss them and I wept. My wife and I were able to come to Singapore and work, and God gave us a daughter. But one night, when she was just a few months old, she wouldn't stop crying. We tried everything we knew how to do, and she just wouldn't stop. And that moment, I felt so alone. I felt envious. Other people have families, parents to help them with this. But we were all alone in Singapore. No family, no parents to tell us what to do. Just us and this crying child. In that moment, I cried out to Jesus for help. And suddenly, I remembered that my mother once taught me how to hold a child. Hands over our chest, gently swinging so they feel comforted and held. I did that, and my daughter stopped crying. I felt so comforted by God in that moment. Through all this, I've learned that we need to depend on Jesus, not only one time, but all the time. Cried out to Jesus because we know that He is always there and His promise is true. Today, I serve in all sorts of ways in Jurong Church. I sing, run the sound console, volunteer with the Filipino ministry. My children are in Adventurers and Sabbath School. I'm so glad that they are, because this community of God tells me we are not alone. The aunties even help to take care of my kids and give me advice on parenting. I look up to my mother, who knew how to give ourselves to Jesus. Our talents, time, even our profession. It is our purpose not to serve ourselves, but God and others. It's what He has done for us. I hope that one day my children will do the same.